Good evening, YouTubers. This is your zip code freak. Matt Shiny here in the 92805 zip code at the ZCF Studios in Southern California on this Tuesday, July the 14th. And the zip code for today is still in the state of Pennsylvania, 18425, Greeley, Pennsylvania. It is very, very close to the border with New York and New Jersey both. It's 6 miles from by car from the border with New York and 15 by car from the border with New Jersey. Eastern part of the state, essentially it's in the Poconos, which are the foothills there. Elevation's about, I didn't get that. I will say this, it's definitely not sea level. But anyway, in any event, essentially the area around Greeley, there's no real town square. It is essentially a series of campgrounds with people happen to be living in the area with their plots of land. Here in Pike County, 848 people, according to the latest estimate for this year, in 23.34 square miles, so it's very, very low density. 89.4% of the people are white, 3.9% are Hispanic, 3.3% are 2 or more. Median age is 47.5 years. Median household income is $71,083. And the median home value is about $305,000 as of this year. The poverty rate is 8.1%, which is still less than Pennsylvania's 11.6%. The area is actually administered by Lackawaxen, which is a town just to the just a few miles away from it. It is called Greeley because of what the famous paper magnate Horace Greeley did here in 1842. He established a colony called the Sylvania Colony, which was supposed to be kind of like a mixture of Karl Marx and some other people's ideas. This was very, very early on in Karl Marx's career. I think Marx was like maybe a child, but before this all, when this was going on. As far as I'm able to remember, he was born in the 1830s and this is 1842. But some of the same ideas of communalism and all that kind of stuff, it lasted for 3 years, folks. A lot of them did not have the skills that were necessary to do what they were doing. So essentially, the experiment closed down 3 years later in 1845. Excuse me. Another famous person associated with the area, by the way, which is heavily wooded. Remember, we talked about Pennsylvania and its squirrels. I know one of my squirrel buddies is jonesing to get on the program and say his piece every time he hears about it. You may see him yet. I don't know if he'll be doing Pennsylvania or some other state. I might have him do Arizona just to bug him or something. Or, something with not a lot of trees. So he'll be totally out of his depth. But we'll see. Anyway, Zane Grey, writer, he started his career in this area. He's a famous Western writer. And of all places to start, here in Pennsylvania. People don't normally associate Pennsylvania with what stuff he wrote about, but Pennsylvania had frontier areas for a long time, and in some ways this area kind of still is. It's mostly wilderness. So, can't assume anything about a place. Besides what I just mentioned, there's plenty to do here. There's hiking, there's kayaking here in the Poconos, and there's lots of different kinds of camps, everything from regular kids camps to special needs camps to anything else you can imagine. And because it's outside, and if anybody wants to go here, you want to know about the weather, so here it is. Right now, it's 80 degrees and partly cloudy, 71% humidity. Beautiful. Low of 73. Tomorrow, high of 93, low of 65, partly cloudy and thunderstorms, a heat advisory. Thursday, high of 86, low of 63, partly cloudy. Friday, high of 85, low of 62, partly cloudy. There's going to be thunderstorms throughout the weekend. So, that's Greeley, Pennsylvania for you. Zip code 18425 in Pike County in the eastern part of the state. If you like, hit like. If you don't, hit don't. Leave a comment in the comment section below regardless. And we'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.